Hi folks, and a very warm welcome to a new Basic Foodie UK video. Today we'll be looking at something fairly interesting. We've got the McCoy's flame grilled steak and Hula Hoop's original salted potato shapes. These aren't two packets of crisps, they are actually something that you bake in the oven. They're a potato product, much like chips I suppose. You could have them as a snack or as part of a main meal. They're both found in the freezer section and they looked really weird in there, I must say. I thought they were put in there by accident until I had to pick them up and check them out. But yep, no, they're potato things that you bake in the oven, so really excited to give them a go. Now they're from Iceland, which is where most of this weird and wonderful food comes from. They do other flavours. They do these, the McCoy's ridge cut salted. They also do Hula Hoop's barbecue beef flavour. But for the purposes of this video, and also the limitations of my small freezer, it really only meant I could try out two. So let's give them a go. First up, the McCoy's ridge cut flame grilled steak. And these are the ones I was most excited about, to be honest, because I love the usual McCoy's flame grilled steak crisps. So I was really hoping that these would taste similar. Anyway, let's get the top off these and have a look at what we got inside. Now I hope you can see in a second, but there's a few sort of clumps in here where it looks like it might have partially defrosted at some point during transit maybe, and then sort of stuck back together again. So I'm going to need to try and see if I can get those out before cooking, otherwise we're going to have one big mushy clumpy mess I suppose. Anyway, on to the cooking. So I preheated my oven. The pack says that this wants to be cooked at 200 degrees at between 17 and 19 minutes. Now my oven's quite fierce, so I always go with the minimum and check at the time. It's usually okay at the minimum, so I put these on for 17 minutes in the end. They turned out perfect. Right, let's get these out on the tray. Now I did have to kind of fetch for the loose ones in the bag, as there was quite a few clumps in there, and even these little ones here sort of clumped together too. Here's a big one. There's quite a few of these in the pack, and they really were rock hard, so I might have to defrost those at a later date before I cook them, just to try and separate it. I really can't say this will happen to every bag, obviously. I'm hoping it's just a one-off. Probably defrosted partially during transit and then sort of glued themselves together and then refroze as one big clump. And here they are in all their glory. They do literally just look like crisps on a baking tray. It is a bit weird, but we'll see what they look like once they're cooked. And in they go. I like to use this part of the video just to pop up all the nutritional information and ingredients, all that sort of stuff that's on the pack, just for us to take a little look at. Please do pause the video to check out the information if you want to look at it in more detail. Well, there we go. They look fairly similar as before, just more golden and brown and cooked like, I suppose. Let's get them out onto a plate so we can give them a try. These really did give off a powerful smell in the kitchen, I must say. Really smelt like the crisps. It certainly felt crispy when I was pouring them into the bowl. Right, let's give these a try. So these were really nice actually, I must say. It is essentially a chip, but it's got a nice flavouring to it, and the flavouring does taste just like the seasoning you get in the crisps themselves. It was nowhere near as strong as the crisps. Normally, well, with any kind of crisps, I suppose, it's a real powerful punch of flavouring. This wasn't really like that at all. It was more a chip with like a light dusting of flavouring on coated all over it. So really nice. You could one of these things you could probably eat for hours non-stop. Really good. Nice and crunchy on the outside and nice and fluffy on the middle. So yeah, overall very happy. I'll definitely get these again. Now onto the hula hoops. So here's the bag again. Let's whip off the top and have a look and see what's inside. So these from the outside didn't feel like they were clumped together at all, which was good. I'm hoping it was the same when I opened the bag, and it was. They're all separate, which is lovely. Which again just goes to show that there must have been something wrong with that bag of the McCoy's ones. To be all that clumped together, these were far better. Let's get the oven preheated again. Same temperature as the McCoy's, 200 degrees, but a lesser cooking time. These wanted 12 to 15 minutes, and I cooked them for 13 in the end. So onto the tray they go. And annoyingly, found a clump. Not a massive one, but still a little clump. It was one off, I didn't find any more in this bag. But we'll see how that turns out when it's cooked. They really do look like hula hoops. I mean, I know they're meant to, but I suppose they are chips, essentially. So visually speaking, they've done a good job. So let's get these into the oven. Again, like the McCoy's chips, crisps, things, whatever you want to call them, I'll put up some information that was on the pack on the screen for you to have a look at while they cook. If you're enjoying this sort of stuff, please do consider subscribing. We are just getting started out and really appreciate all the support we could get. Thank you. Well, they certainly look crispy. They smell good as well. We had an escapee there, so I thought I'd give it a little cheeky try now. Alright, let's get these out and give them a proper try. So these tasted really good. I was surprised. I thought I'd prefer the McCoy's crisps just by looking at the packet, because I usually tend to like, you know, stronger flavours. But these, I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. They literally taste exactly like the Hula Hoop crisp. Way more so than the McCoy's. And they were really nice, crunchy, really fluffy potato in the middle, with all that nice Hula Hoop goodness as well. Really, really nice, really enjoyed them. There are some reviews out there that are saying that these are really oily, but mine weren't. So, what's my overall thoughts on these? Well, they do taste good. I was very surprised, particularly with the Hula Hoops. They literally taste exactly like the crisps. They are quite a novelty though. I don't think anybody really would want to have these fairly often. But they're nice as an alternative to chips, or to be honest, as a nice snack. Chuck a good movie on, get a bowl full of these going, and you'll be very happy. So, overall, it's a recommendation from me.